What's up, guys? Welcome. I am in Attleboro, Massachusetts at the Emerald Square Mall. I'm going to visit this mall today and do a little tour and walk around. Why am I here? Well, recently on Facebook, I belong to one of those Facebook groups that's like, if you grew up in Massachusetts, you know, blah, 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 whatever. And people post a bunch of stuff about like that are specific to the region or the area. I belong to a couple of these. And somebody posted a photo of this mall and they were like, Emerald Square Mall today, Saturday, whatever. This mall is like so empty and dead. And like when I saw the photo, I was like, I couldn't even believe it, because having grown up here and shopped at this mall for decades, I could not believe how empty this mall is and how many stores are closed. So I thought, I want to go visit this mall. I'm going to take some video and pictures of what it looks like now, because what if it becomes closed? Like, right, what if in the next 5 years or even less this mall ends up closing completely? I want to see what it's like before it's completely gone and I can never come in here again. And I thought it might be kind of cool to walk around and like reminisce and like remember what it was like in its heyday. So I'm starting over here on the Macy's side of the building, and this is the Macy's side parking garage. It's super empty and dead. On the other side, okay, I'm gonna walk over here now to the other side. So I'm standing in the parking garage and looking out at the parking lot. Now I don't know why this is all like roped off and closed off. I guess they don't use this anymore, but look at this parking lot. Okay, so this is huge. This is an entire enormous parking lot, which I guess is east of the mall. And as you can see, it's kind of not being used, and there's grass growing and it's not being kept up. Sometimes they have a carnival in this parking lot over the past several years, like, you know, those pop-up carnivals that come and like they'll put up in a field or a parking lot somewhere. They have had the carnival here. I don't know if they still do it here. And this is like hard to believe looking at this now, but this parking lot back in the day was filled, like filled. If you came to the mall and drove up to this parking lot, you would be fighting for spots. Like, it was filled. I remember being with my mom and my mom's friend and my sister when I was in college age, probably. This is in the 90s, and we would be circling around in this parking lot, having to get a spot way out in the back out there and walk all this way to the entrance of the mall. And it would be like, you know, people fighting for parking spots. It was hard to park. And now look at it. So now I'm around the back, which is the south side of the mall, and this is still the Macy's part of the building. And this used to be what I called my secret spot. There's another parking garage back here, and this is where I used to come to park because there was always spots up here. Not like it is now, where it's completely empty, but if the parking garage below where I just was, which is that one over there, was full, and that front lot was full, I could always come here and find a parking spot and walk right into Macy's. This is the second floor of the mall now here we're on, and I would be able to park, get into Macy's. You enter in, like, I think in the women's dress section, and I would go in the mall that way. So this Macy's, actually, when the mall first opened, was originally a Filene's, and Filene's doesn't exist anymore. Macy's bought it out, and all of the Filene's locations became Macy's. But this originally, when the mall opened back in the 80s, was a Filene's. Macy's is still a great place to shop. I come here often with my daughter. She really likes it. We've bought a lot of her prom dresses here. This is sad. I find this to be sad. So this mall opened when I was in high school. Can't remember if I was a junior or senior in high school. Okay, so I just looked it up. It opened in August of 1989, so it was the summer in between my junior and senior year of high school. And this mall was like bananas when it first opened. It was like revolutionary. I mean, all right, maybe not revolutionary, but in our area, it was the first big 3-story mall, and it had so many cool stores. It was like gangbusters. I mean, it was nuts. They had all these huge grand opening celebrations from when it first opened. Like, you could come in and there was like giveaways and like celebrities, and oh my god, it was like crazy stuff. This mall had so many cool stores. We used to shop here all the time. It was huge for like Christmas shopping and back to school, and like you would come here and it would be packed, crowded, like unbelievable. I'm on the second floor right now, so there's a JCPenney. That's one of the anchor stores. And I don't remember if it was always a JCPenney or not. Some of the other stores that used to be here on the second floor that I can kind of remember from back in the day was there was a Disney store in this mall, of course. There was a charter club. There was a casual corner and a petite sophisticate. Here's Children's Place. I shopped there a ton for my kids when they were little. Across the way is what used to be a Yankee Candle. See, some of the stores you can still kind of tell what they used to be by how they look. There was also a Gymboree over there, I'm pretty sure. I remember. Oh my god, you know what else this mall had when it first opened was this end up. I think that was on the 3rd floor. So, oh, we used to buy our prom dresses here. My sister and I. Not just coming here to bring my daughter to do prom dress shopping, but I did my own prom dress shopping here. Bath and Body Works. See, the limited brand stores are still going strong in here. I'm pretty sure they still have an Express, they still have Victoria's Secret, and they still have that. Look at all these empty storefronts that I'm walking by, though. This is crazy. Oh my god, how about this place? Portrait Symbol. Anybody go there? When my kids were babies, we took them there, not to this location, but a Portrait Symbol in a different mall to do their baby portraits. But remember, like back in the day, like portraits in the mall, or what about those places that used to just sell prints? Like you could go in and buy like print art for your like apartment or whatever, or home. I used to shop there so much. Here's the Macy's. So this Macy's is broken into 2 sections. There's the main Macy's down there where we entered, and there's this other Macy's over here, which is like, I think, the home stuff. Oh yeah, it says right on it, men's and home. So the men's clothing and all of the home things are here. Everything else is down in the other Macy's. This was something else. What was this? Was it Lord & Taylor, I think? It might have been Lord & Taylor. And then here's the Sears. The Sears was an opening store here too. Fun Star Family Fun Center. I don't know what that is. I do know that they had like escape rooms in here at one time. Well, I guess I'll go up. Oh my god, look at all these empty storefronts. I'm telling you, if you could have seen this place back in the day. Does anyone remember Barbara Morse or Contempo Casuals? That was another popular one. Yeah, so Victoria's Secret Pink is still here. Some of these stores over here I remember were shoe stores. Bakers, icing. Okay, this store right here was a Gap. You can kind of tell that it looks like a Gap. This totally is giving Gap vibes. Oh my god, the Gap was my favorite store. It still is one of my favorites. I'm up on the 3rd floor now, by the way. And this looks like it used to be a Hollister, I think. And I think this shutter look is very Hollister. Actually, this is kind of interesting. It is the National Black Doll Museum of History and Culture. It says it's $15 to get in. Oh, yeah, celebrating Juneteenth, which was just the other day. And I'll just show a little bit about what they have here. This is kind of cool, actually. What a cool thing to put in the mall. I'm trying to move to the side so my reflection is not part of it, but is that an American Girl doll? I don't know if it is. No, it's not. The legs do not look like an American Girl doll, but that's kind of cool. Yeah, it's interesting to see that because oftentimes in these Facebook message groups, like what I mentioned before, discussions will come up about like, well, what should be done with the mall? Like, it's sitting here empty. Should it become this? Should it become that? Should they have museum exhibits here? Should they make this a residential place to live? A lot of people like to talk about the possibilities of that. Oh, this I think used to be, I think this was Aeropostale down here. I mean, the structure of the building, it exists. So should it be used for something? Could this be turned into apartments or condos? That would be really cool. This, when it first opened over here, I'll never forget this. It was like this gourmet popcorn stand where you could go and order popcorn in all different flavors, and it was kind of like a novelty at the time for all the different flavor popcorns. Now, like, I think that kind of thing it's not as unique, but I remember going to the gourmet popcorn stand and getting like fun flavors. See, that one I just walked by was kind of like a dentist office type of place. See, they could make this like a apartment / condo, right? And you could live here, and then there could be like little restaurants and medical offices and stores. I think that would be kind of cool. I'm sure a lot of these stores have like plumbing and stuff if they have little bathrooms inside them. So it wouldn't be hard. I don't know. I mean, I'm not an engineer, right? I'm like, it wouldn't be hard to convert this into condos. I think that would be awesome. So this empty storefront, this looks like something, but I can't place what it is. Let me know in the comments if you recognize this type of front. This still exists. All right, now we're coming up on the food court part. So over here, Boston Pia, and there's Wetzel's Pretzels over there. That used to be a, what's that? A cookie place. I'm blanking on it. Oh yeah, and there's a Newbury Comics, and there used to be American Eagle or Aerie over there. I'll show the food court. It's a Saturday, by the way. Saturday in June. So we have Thai Kitchen, Philly cheesesteaks, empty. Is this side empty? There used to be a McDonald's over there or a Burger King, and there was always a Sparrows down there. That was, okay, jerk chicken. That sounds actually pretty good. And then the pizza place, which does not appear to be open, but yeah, there was always a Sparrows over here. I actually worked not that far from here back in the 90s, and my job was in Pawtucket, and we used to come here, my coworkers and I, for lunch, and I would always get Sparrow. We would eat in this food court and then go back to work. Yeah, there used to be a carousel like right in the center of this entire food court. It was right here. I'll try to find a photo of it online, and maybe I can drop that in. Which they took that out many years ago. Now they have these like cute little things. Oh my god, when my kids were little, I used to let them play on these like as if it was like a play space, but I didn't tell them that you could put money in it and make them like do stuff. I just let them think they were just on the playground. And they always thought it was fun to kind of sit in the cars and pretend to drive, but I never told them that there was like another level to this if you put money in. And then here's the view of outside the parking lot. There's the JCPenney. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm telling you, we used to come here and fight for a parking spot. It was so hard to get in here. Oh, I know what the cookies was I was trying to think of. It was Mrs. Fields. It used to be Mrs. Fields cookies. And across from it where the Boston Pita is, that used to be a Haagen-Dazs spot. This mall had a body shop at one time. The body shop store was somewhere around here. And there also used to be a Things Remembered, which is where you would go to get like the engraved gifts. I used to give those a lot as gifts when my kids were young. The first year we all had, my sister and I all had babies, we got those picture frames with their names engraved on it for like some of the people in my family. And of course when I got married, Things Remembered was really popular for bridesmaid gifts. Yeah, there used to be a Planet Smoothie up there too, I just remember that also. And right near the children's place where I passed before, that's where the loft used to be. Okay, so now I'm on the first floor. So this mall used to always kind of fall into like what I think a typical mall layout was the higher up the floors you go, the more exclusive the store, and the first floor has the least exclusive stores. Oh, here's an Auntie Anne's. That's been there since opening. There also used to be an orange Julius car over there. Forever 21 is open. Journeys is open. Yeah, and what I mean is like, this is like the teen stores, and then like, as you go up higher, I don't know. There is kind of a hierarchy to malls, right? Yeah, so now that I'm on the first floor, there's less empty storefronts. FYE. Oh, this looks like an arcade. That's kind of cool. Over here, somewhere in this area, used to be a store called Lecter's, which was home stuff and like kitchen gadgets. I don't know if anybody remembers that store. And going back even further back in the day. Oh, this must be it right here. Can anyone tell what that used to be? I'm pretty sure this was I'm pretty sure this was the KB Toys, which was still open when my kids were little. I remember the first couple of Christmases I had kids shopping there for them. Now over here, this used to be way back, I'm talking, like mall opening. I think it was an EMS, Eastern Mountain Sports. And then here I am back at the Sears again. I love the Gap, and obviously I grew up in like the heyday of Gap, but like my kids now who are 17 and 19, they don't shop at the Gap. If I ever say like, oh, how about we go to the Gap, they're like, no, like they don't think the Gap is cool. So to me, when a mall had no Gap, or when the Gap left the mall, to me that was always the death knell of a mall. Like if the Gap leaves, that's it, it's over. You know, what is a mall without a Gap? But to younger generations, I mean, I don't know about millennials, but like definitely Gen Z, which is my kids, like they don't care about a Gap. They wouldn't miss it. They don't shop there. I was just gonna say, what kind of store would my kids be disappointed if it left? Probably H&M. That would probably be like the one store. If it left, my kids would be like, oh, this place isn't worth going to anymore. A lot of sneaker stores, sports type stores. Oh my god, I just remembered something else. Flashback, as I'm walking down here on the first floor, I'm remembering some of the stores that used to be here. So there was this place called Ganto's, which was a formal dress, prom dress type of store. And there was a Weather Vane. I don't know if this was the Weather Vane. This might have been the Weather Vane. But there was also a pet store in here when it first opened, which is like crazy to think about now because it's become so frowned upon. But it was literally one of those pet stores where you would walk in and they had puppies in cages. You never see those anymore, but back in the day, they were like an actual thing that existed in malls. Spencer's never change. And I'm back at the front at Macy's again, and then this is the hair salon. I don't know what, is it a hair salon? I don't know what these places are going by these days, but it used to be like Lord and Ladies or something. Okay, and then I'm walking up to where the restaurant is. So when this mall first opened, at mall opening, there was a restaurant here, and I can't remember what it was called. I want to say like Charlie O's or like Charlie and Co. Or was it Joe's American? I don't remember. It was something like that. Anyone from this area that's been to this mall, tell me in the comments if you remember what the restaurant was. But anyway, whatever that was, closed, and it became a Bertucci's, which I love. And now Bertucci's is closed in here too. There are still Bertucci's open, like lots of them actually. It's a great restaurant if anyone's ever been there. Okay, so this actually is a restaurant that's still open. It's not Bertucci's anymore, but it's called American Soul Food. So that's great because I think it's important that a mall have a restaurant. I wonder if I could take a look at the menu. How long have you guys been open?
So we just opened not too long ago.
Yeah, cool.
Maybe like a week and two.
Oh, nice. All right. And all the artwork and stuff is new, huh? Yeah. Okay, so that was kind of cool peeking in that restaurant. So it's American Soul Food, and it's new. They've only been open a short amount of time. Looks like they're using all of like the existing tables and chairs and whatever, everything from when it was Bertucci's. But I love that they had that cool artwork. He said his friend, the owner I just talked to, he said his friend did the artwork. So that looks kind of cool. I'll have to check that out at some point. They do takeout as well. So that's pretty much everything. I'm back in Macy's now since that's where I parked, so I gotta go back up to the second floor and back out to where my car was. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed following along and doing this kind of walk around an empty mall. Really like, sad because, it kind of is sad like to see a mall like this like on the decline after I've been shopping here for so many years. And like obviously the face of retail is changing, and like a lot of these malls, stores have closed. But I did want to come up here like and do a little walk around and see what it was like, while it still exists. And like I said in the intro, if this place ends up closing in a couple years, I will totally regret that I didn't like come in one last time and like check out what it was like. Not that this is going to be my last time here or anything like that, but I did want to see it for myself and see like what's still open and what it looked like. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this little tour around a southern Massachusetts mall. If you like this video, please give it a like, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, I'd love to have you add me to your subscriptions. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!